Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your love reading for April, right? April 2020. If it resonates, consider a personal reading. My email is below. Just send me an email and we can make that happen. Otherwise, let's get to your reading. So, Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides of the universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for Taurus's love energies for April 2020? What do you see? What do they need to know to reach your higher ground, become closer to universe and closer to the divine for their greater good? Any messages that you have for Taurus for April 2020 in regards to love would be greatly appreciated, and we thank you. Can you please show me the energies that Taurus passed out of prior to April? Love energies, we have the King of Cups in the upright. I will be leaving a link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling, whether it's a crush, a current, an ex, a soon-to-be ex, and in that spread also will be something you do not know about them. And it's usually tied to this reading, but sometimes it isn't. Rarely is it not. We have the Hangman here in reverse. Love energies for April. My 2020 Sun Moon predictions are in my playlist. Go check those out. So are my 2019s to see if they rang true for you last year. And we end on the Ace of Cups as you move out of April into March. I'm sorry, Ace of Cups in reverse. Ask me a question on Instago. Check me out on Facebook, Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. Otherwise, let me have my clarifiers on the standby. All right. So let me just kind of look for a minute here. I'm just kind of... Okay. Okay. I'm kind of seeing what this is. I'm just trying to figure out how I can phrase this. So we're starting off here with the King of Cups. So I feel like for a lot of you, and I don't like to, I like to get a main storyline and then just go with it. I mean, if you think of flip-flops and flip-flops, but I'm just going to go with kind of what I'm thinking and whose side I think it is from now on. It just makes things less complicated than if I try to fit it into everybody's story. And if it's not your story, then go find your story. So we start off the King of Cups here, and I feel as though prior to April, you all have found somebody who is the one, so to speak. So, you know, somebody who is very good with their emotions and very secure emotionally, very mature emotionally. They don't let their feelings get the best of them. They don't let their feelings drive the bus. Could be a great parent, an ideal partner. I always say, these are the things I always say with the King of Cups: somebody who's empathetic but not sympathetic, somebody that's good to listening to all sides of an argument and kind of soaking things in, and really good at mediating. He's not the most responsible when it comes to finances, but you are, so there you go. It kind of works out. So I feel like you found the person that you really thought could be a good fit, okay? Now the problem is, as we move into April, the energies I'm getting from April is that you're starting to, and I do feel like it's you, so I'm not going to lie, I feel like you're starting to put expectations and outcomes on this, okay? So here you have somebody who's gotten as close to being the one as possible, and now as you go into April, you kind of want things to be a certain way, okay? And that's where things start to fall apart, when we have outcomes, when we hold on to a fantasy, when we have expectations. And I feel like this is where your stubbornness is working against you, or being obstinate is working against you. It's really great when it comes to taking on a project. You guys are resolute and determined and take it to the end. But in something like this, I think you decide on something and then you have a hard time letting go and considering anything outside of what you've kind of decided how things should be. So this is part of the problem, because in April, you've kind of decided how you want things to be. You've given this person an ultimatum. And you kind of tell them, you know, I'll wait for a little while, but my biological clock is ticking, or just my clock in general is ticking. And this is what I want. This is how I want it. And, you know, I put a lot into this relationship. I put a lot into you. So therefore, I kind of think that I should get this and that I deserve this. Okay. Rip me up in the comments if you want. But I love it when people own it. They come in and they're like, yeah, that's me. So the problem is that I feel like you test this person. This person does not like being held down to ultimatums or rigidity, or, I mean, it's water. You know, water is very fluid and very and you just can't box up water. Okay, it's almost impossible to contain it, and I feel like that's what you're trying to do here, and it's going against the grain of this relationship. But you're firm, you're steadfast, you're like, this is how I want it, and I'm not going to accept anything less. So that being said, I think disappointment follows. So either this person decides, hey, maybe this isn't for me, or and actually I don't feel like it's one person or other. I think you're both equally disappointed and you're both equally saddened by this, and I feel like the other person you're in a relationship with feels like they need to move on because they don't feel like they can give you what they want at this time or how you want it or what have you. And so I feel like there's a sadness. It's kind of an impasse. There's nothing that can really be done about it because nobody is willing to move on kind of what they believe in and how they think that things should go and their boundaries and their standards and what have you. So there really is no other choice but to just kind of go your separate ways and, have that be that. Now, I will say that I think to an extent, you guys kind of hold your feelings in kind of moving forward. You don't let this person know how disappointed you actually are. You're repressing your feelings a little bit. And I mean, I don't necessarily know that that's a good thing. I mean, I know that they're embracing their feelings and saying, hey, I'm really sad about this. I wish things could be different, but since they can't, I'm going to pack up my things and go. And I almost feel like, even till the end, you all are like, nope, I'm not going to let them know. This is what I decided. This is how it is. And even though you're sad inside, you're not about to let them know that. And you guys can sometimes do that. I mean, depending on what's in your chart. But overall, Tauruses do kind of suppress their feelings, kind of bottle them up. So that's that. So can you please provide clarification on this King of Cups? Why is this King of Cups in the upright? Who is this person? What is this energy? Additional messages for the King of Cups in the upright. Why is the King of Cups here? Cherry card in reverse. This person could possibly be a Cancer. 10 of Wands in reversed. And the Fool card. Okay, now this person, and I'm telling you right now, they're in the beginning, in the outset, they don't necessarily know that this is what they want. There is some kind of vibe that they're picking up on, and they're like, I don't really know that I want to do this. There is a hesitancy. They are kind of doubting. Part of it is that they felt, because we were talking about energies prior to, they had a feeling that you were trying to steer the situation in another direction, or wanted to drive the relationship, and they kind of feel helpless. They don't feel like they have any control. They don't have any say over anything. So that's kind of making them uneasy. They're also uncertain about the relationship, or they were uncertain about it, because they're wondering, am I doing something foolish here? Am I getting into something that's over my head? Did I take a chance here that I wasn't prepared for? And they're feeling like there might be kind of repercussions for that. But what they're doing is they're kind of releasing that. They're saying to themselves, you know what? This could possibly just be me kind of making this stuff up. Maybe it's in my head. Maybe I'm making too much of it. I shouldn't say in my head, but maybe I'm just taking on too much. Let me put down this burden. Let me try to give it a chance. Let me lighten up on myself. Maybe I'm reading too much into it is what they kind of are thinking. But they do feel like there's responsibilities within this relationship that maybe they can't fill, they can't carry around, but they have that in the back of their head. And they are kind of, I'm not going to lie, in the back of their head, they're like, I should say no to this, but let me kind of ride it out. They're kind of like, let me give it a chance. But I think they definitely have their doubts. Why is this Hangman in reverse? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Hangman in reverse for Taurus. Energy is in April. Okay, so this is where you have, remember, the outcome, the expectation, the fantasy, how you want things to be in mind, and it's not happening. It's not happening the way that you want it to happen. So you try to kind of work on it more to make it happen, and there isn't any progress. You're not having any success. You're not getting any closer to your goal. And one of the reasons is you're really limited in your view of this. You're kind of stuck and you're resolute in the way that you're thinking. So that's problematic. This person, there is a passion between the two of you. I mean, you get excited to hang out with them. You really like hanging out with them. You guys do have this connection. It's very romantic. There's a chemistry there. You both get butterflies when you see each other. I do feel like that's there with the Ace of Wands, and it does have all the potential in the beginning, but I see somebody walking away from it, deciding that that's not enough. Having just that kind of connection isn't enough, whether it's you or the other person, and they decide to walk away from it and find something else that might be a little more suited to them, because they know this is not necessarily for them. In fact, they might have already emotionally checked out. I do feel like it's your person, because here they're having doubts, and here I see them walking away. But I mean, don't get me wrong. I think you guys definitely have a chemistry. In the beginning, you absolutely do, and in April, you absolutely do. But ultimately, I feel like they have to move on. Why is the Ace of Cups here in reverse? Who's this person? What's this energy? Additional messages for the Ace of Cups in reversed. Tauruses as they move forward. Okay, and as a result, so I do feel like you're repressing your feelings, but inside you're very upset. You're frustrated that things didn't go the way that they did. You're angry because you got denied what you wanted. And you do want to blow up. Some of you might, but I don't feel like you do. I feel like you repress it. And you keep a really cool kind of King of Pentacles thing. You kind of let them go. And it's funny, I never look at the King of Pentacles like this, but he has a little bit of a dismissive look, like, okay, you have to go, you have to go. I have everything, all my riches and everything I need. So if you need to walk out the door, see your ass out the door kind of situation. And he's acting cool and unaffected. So you definitely don't want to let this person know it affected you as much as it did. And on top of that, you feel like you won. Okay, or you're acting like you won. So you're here with all these swords. They're walking away defeated, but you feel like your pride is still intact, and you're the one that got the final say or what have you. This card, I don't like it. It's a card of you'd rather be right than be happy, and that's what this card's about, and that's what I feel like this is kind of about. That you feel like, well, this is what I wanted, this is how I wanted it. If it didn't work, then they needed to leave. Okay, and those are some of the things you might be telling yourself at night or what have you. So that's what I have for you. If it resonates, definitely consider a personal reading. Just send me an email, click on the Vimeo link below for what your love interest is thinking or feeling. And then I also have in there a card for something you do not know about them. Check out your 2020 Sun Moon readings. Your 2019s are in there in the playlist also. Ask me a question on Instant Go. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Like, share, subscribe. Otherwise, adios from Veronica Gardet. Bye.